Welcome back to Codin. So guys, I hope you all are doing safe and staying at home, and also you are staying happy and smiling. So with that smiling face, let's learn the things that are useful for you to learn and also going to help you in future. So in this lesson, I'm going to discuss about C language. So basically, whenever you are talking about C language, there could be many questions in your mind, like what is C, why I have to use a hash include statement, why I have to use a return zero, what is printf, how I need to actually code in C++. You all are must be having these bunch of questions in your mind. So to solve all these bunch of questions that are arising in your mind, I'm there to help you out. So guys, if you're new to my channel, please do like it, share it, and also subscribe to my channel, and also click on the bell icon so that you get regular update whenever I add a new video. And also you can connect me on my Instagram page where I'm posting the content that is really useful for you and it's really gonna help you. So stay tuned with me. Let's start with the video without any wasting any time. So first of all, you need to know what is basically a C language. So before knowing that, you must know that who developed C language. So the C language was basically developed by Dennis Ritchie. The Dennis Ritchie developed C language in AT&T Bell Laboratories. As you can see on the screen, this was Dennis Ritchie who developed C language in AT&T Bell Laboratories. So now, what is basically a C language? So whenever we are talking about C language is a general purpose programming language that has been designed to work upon any of the operating system to create something. So basically C is that kind of language which can be used on any operating system and have some functionality behind it. So what are the basic functionality that are available of a C language? So whenever we are talking about the basic functionalities of a C language, it is basically a high level programming language. Then it is based upon a structured language. We have some structure. We have to include header files. We have to include the input output operation. Then only we work upon it. After that, it is rich library. It is extensible, and also it helps in memory management. Means all of the things that is involved in a high level language all are included in the C language. So when we are talking about the C language, we see whenever we write a program, it includes all of the things. So what are all of the things? We are going to discuss it one by one. Very first part, that is the hash include statement. So whenever I'm talking about the hash include statement, what is the basic purpose and functionality of using a hash include statement? So basically, whenever we are using any hash include statement into a C program, so whenever you are using any language, say C or either say C++. So first of all, what we will do, we just include a hash include perspective that is basically used to include the header file. Header files are the already existing file which are created within the compiler so that we can perform function based upon the files and functions included into that header file. Suppose say in C language we are including a hash include stereo.h. So the function used for generating output is defined in stereo.h. So means that the printf function which we are defining over here and using in a program that is already defined within which header file, that is hash include stereo.h. So whichever function we want to use in a program, we need to import that header file, and according to that header file only we need to work in that file. So that is the basic purpose of hash include statement. Whichever header file we will include, the functions of that header file will be included into that compiler. What comes as to is the main function. So basically we call it as the int main function. So what is the basic purpose of the main function? So the main function is the entry of the point of the program. So basically it means that whenever the compiler will see the main function, it will enter into the program. So as the curly braces are included from the starting and the end within a main function, so they basically it is the end and the start of that particular main function. So means that the main function, all the data that we have included into that program, all will work from the starting curly braces to the ending curly braces, and all the statement that are included into that function will be executed based upon the task that we have provided to them. So whenever you see a int main function or a main or say a void main function, so all the purpose of these three things is that is the basically a single main function, not three things, just a main function is it is the main starting execution of the program. So means as soon as it encounters the main function, the program gets started. Statement that comes up to our mind is that what is a return zero. So whenever I want that the statement terminates the main function, So as we have used a main function over there, so if we want that statement should be terminated and returning some value, so in that case what we'll use the return 0 function. So basically it terminates the main function and returns the value 0 to the calling process. So basically what is 0 means over here, that a program has successfully executed, and any other number indicates that program has failed. Means all of the content that we have included in the main function, all is been executed, and if any other number was there, it has not been executed, and now it is returning me the value 0. So that means whole of the execution of the program has been done completely well, and the program is ready to get exit from that curly braces. So basically that is the purpose of using a return 0. Thing we also need to understand, so whenever we are using a compiler, so in this case I will be telling you an example with the help of Turbo C++ compiler. So in the Turbo C++ compiler we will be using a conio.h header file also. The conio.h header file included two functions, that is the clear screen function as well as the getch function. So what is the purpose of the clear screen function and the getch function? You should know that before we are going to execute the code. So the clear screen function is basically used to tell whether the already on the existing page is something is available, so it will clear that data, and the getch function is used to hold the control of the program with the help of an very easy example through which you can understand that how we actually need to work. So this is the compiler window that is open to you. So here you can see you have file in which you can make a new file, open an existing file, or you can change the directory. Then we have edit in which we can cut, copy, paste, undo any of the part. Then we have search if we want to find. Then we have to run it. Then we have to compile part. So these are the main four to five things that you actually need to know whenever you are running. So here when we click on new, so the file is open to us. In that what we are writing, hash include stereo.h. So whenever writing hash include stereo.h, it will include all the header file functions which are included in the hash include stereo.h. So basically this is a header file. Whenever I am using a hash in front of any of the thing that include, so that is a header file, and then writing that in an angular basis stereo.h, that is the particular header file for some function that we are going to use into this program. So I'm using this because I'm going to use a printf statement. Then I've written that hash include conio.h, so it is another header file which I'm going to use from some function that are available in this program. After I have written the int main function and ended with the parenthesis, so these are known as parentheses. Then I have started the curly braces which I have written clear screen. So clear screen is the function of conio.h, so that's why I have used the conio.h header file already in this program. After I had written printf, so in the printf function it is a part of hash include stereo.h file. So that is why I've used the hash include stereo.h. So as you can see, hash include stereo.h include printf function. These are all the printf function. You can just right click on that hash include and you can see the number of functions that are available into that header file. So in the hash include function, what I have written, hello world. So whatever we write in double quotes is written as a string. So these are string that are written in double quote. I've already made a video regarding this, what are keyword, literals and all, in a C++ playlist. So you can check that out also. So that what is the purpose of using a double quotes? Why do we write a semicolon? So I'm not explaining that video thing again. I'll put the link at the top right corner so that you can go to that video and check that out, that how we actually mean by keyword, what do we mean by literals, and what do we mean by other thing. I will explain you things when I will talk about data type. So it was just to tell you a simple program, so that's why I'm not explaining each and every part. So here we have included a getch and then the return 0. So the getch is also the function of hash include conio.h file, and return 0 is, as we know, whenever you're using a main to main function, so it tells the program that when the execution is complete, it will return a 0 value which let me know that the program has been executed properly. So that is the purpose of whenever I'm using a hash include conio.h, that is for getch, and return 0 when I need to know that the function has been executed properly. So when I want to run this code, so what I will do, first of all compile it with alt F9, so you can see no errors are available. If there could be error, it should be shown. Now we have to save this file at, I'm saving at first.c. So whenever you want to save a C file, it will be saved with .c extension. Then I will click on OK. So and after that I am going to run this either you can use the shortcut key control F9, or you can go on the run at the top and just click on the first part, that is control F9. So whenever you will click on that, so you will see this desired output that is displayed to you, that is hello world. You can change the content whatever you want to write in the printf statement. So here suppose say I'm writing welcome to Codein. So whenever I'm going to execute this code, so the output that could be displayed to me will be welcome to Codein. So when you want to compile it, it is alt F9, and when you want to run it, so it is control F9. So this is the desired output whenever you are going to execute this code. So these are the things that you need to understand while we are working with C, the first very program that we write in C language. So we are going to understand what are the different kinds of data type, how we use that data type, how we create a program control statement, all in my further videos. So guys, if you like the content that I post, do like it, share it, and also subscribe to for watching.